Okay, we're out, we're doing chores. I love the sunshine. I really, really do. However, we have an issue with our goats. Goats are funny. Goats like chicken food because chicken food is a treat. So, our first idea to help with this situation was to cut this hole right here in the side of our coop so the chickens could get in and out. But as you can see, this hole is also big enough for the goats to get in and out of. It got cut a little bigger than I wanted it to be, but that's okay because we're going to fix that today. The second issue we have is that these goats will find the gap. And so we've got a gap in this fence that we've got to wire up. And, oh, sorry, chicken. So that's the goal, huh, goats? Is to keep you out of the chicken pen because Miss Lucy, especially, will get into the chicken pen. Hi, Miss Lucy. And she knocks the rock that we put on top of the lid of the chicken food off, and she gets in there and she eats a bunch of the chicken food, which is not good for her. Kind of makes her little belly bloat, and so we've got to mitigate that so that none of the goats can do that, and so the chickens can move freely in and out of their coop and run. So Sammy is going to start by wiring this up. So I think it's just a matter of making that hole too short for the goats to get into. We'll keep an eye on it, and the chickens have been getting in and out, so that's just fine. Yeah, there's Annie. Annie, can you come out? You gonna come out, Annie? It's gotten super windy, and so I didn't film what I was going to film. The top of the buck pen, or the buck shelter, fell off. They like to rub on it and stuff, and it's been down for a couple of days. Thankfully it hasn't been rainy, but we wanted to make sure we got that taken care of today too. So we did. We got that up. I'll film that later when it's not so windy and show you what we did. So yesterday, after we finished those projects, we had a really bad windstorm. My son came in. Mommy, some of your pots are rolling in front of the house. And sure enough, came out to check on the greenhouses, and disaster. So, the conclusion I have come to, still kind of breezy today, the conclusion I've come to is that I just need to get grow lights, and I can still use the greenhouses, but I need to put them in the garage. These ones are just not stable enough for our weather conditions here. And even though they didn't blow away, they are literally falling apart. So we're going to get them pulled apart, put into the garage. I have some grow lights coming, and the weather is going to start warming up, but it's just... this is just not good for the plants out here. So I don't feel like I was having very good success anyway. So I think I'll have better success if I can put them into the garage. I hate to do that because it takes up space. But one day, And if you're willing to help us by donating, one day we will have a greenhouse in the yard somewhere, maybe even back here, and be able to have something more stable and permanent that isn't going to blow away in the wind. So. Some sort of an emergency on a homestead. So my daughter came around and she told me, Mom, Lucy and Annabelle are in the chicken run. And we just wired up the one hole, so I'm like, well, how'd they get in? So I go over there and they had found another gap. I didn't see that other overlap of stuff. We've got our two things moved in here, but I'm thinking, go ahead and put it down under there. Oh yeah, you put the flower in there. I'm thinking that we can take these two shelves and actually stack them on top of that one back there and just have one great big thing. Because this is just too much to have in the garage. I don't know. I'm tempted to just leave it. So we'll see. So if you remember, when we planted these, we planted a total of 60 pots worth of peppers. We're now down to 20. And I think because of being out in the cold, being covered with cloth, who knows why, not enough water, they haven't grown, I haven't seen any sprouts yet. So maybe we'll see a better turnout here in the garage. I'm going to bring my grow light that I have in the kitchen out and put it on there. And I've already ordered 2 or 3 more grow lights so that we can plant some tomatoes and things like that in here as well. So that's the plan.